Hello everyone and welcome to Holistic Healing with Deepshikha. In part 1, we talked about what emotional projection is, where does it stem from and how it impacts our relationships, energy and well-being. In this episode, let's continue our journey into healing emotional projections and discovering how we can stop the cycle that holds us back from healthier connections and greater emotional peace. Let me start with introducing you to the concept of shadow self. The concept of shadow self comes from Carl Jung, a famous psychologist. It basically means that your shadow is made up of the parts of yourself that you've repressed or denied. These can be emotions, desires, or behaviors you don't want to acknowledge because they are uncomfortable or undesirable, or something that we have been shamed for or socially programmed into believing as wrong or bad. When we ignore or suppress parts of ourselves, they often show up in our projections. For example, if you've denied your anger for years, you might project it onto others by getting angry at them for things that don't really warrant it. Or let's say someone has been repeatedly body shamed as a child, may grow up with an insecurity so deeply ingrained that they may constantly seek external validation and as a result always end up doing things to get attention even when unwarranted. So, to heal, we must acknowledge the shadow. This means confronting those parts of ourselves that we don't want to see. It's uncomfortable but necessary. By embracing and integrating these suppressed emotions, we can stop projecting them onto others and begin healing the wounds they represent. There's a common saying that goes like, the things you are most afraid to do are the things that will set you free. Though I'm not sure who said it, but it definitely makes sense. But the question is how to go from reactive to responsive. Often, we respond to emotional projections with reaction instead of thoughtful response. The key to healing is shifting from reaction to response. Instead of immediately reacting with your emotions, take a pause. Breathe deeply, check in with yourself, and ask, am I responding to this situation or am I reacting to something from my past? This pause allows you to respond more consciously without projecting your wounds onto others. A great practice here is deep breathing or counting to 10 without responding. This simple step can help you create a space between the trigger and your reaction, allowing you to respond in a healthier way. How I do it is that every time I sense a strong reaction coming, I stop and ask why. That's it. Do I never have any reaction anymore? Of course not. It is a process. It takes time. But yes, now I'm also capable of accepting when my reaction is stemming out of something from the past and can acknowledge it. And with that, I come to the next point of being vulnerable. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it's one of the most powerful tools for emotional healing. When we allow ourselves to feel our emotions fully and express them authentically, we break the cycle of projection. Instead of burying our emotions or projecting them onto others, we own them. Being vulnerable with ourselves and others is a courageous act. When we express our pain, our fears, or our struggles openly, we create a space for healing. We also invite others to do the same, deepening our relationships and building trust. Vulnerability is not about oversharing or seeking sympathy constantly. It's about being true to ourselves and honoring our feelings without fear of judgment. It's a profound way to release the emotional baggage that leads to projection. And I, for one, have come to realize that you cannot feel your emotions or feelings without being vulnerable. Healing cannot take place till the time you as an individual are okay saying that yes, I give someone else or something else the power to be able to hurt me. There is a quote by Atticus I read recently which said, when we love someone, we give them the power to break us, but also the chance to heal us in a way we have never been healed before. And here's a secret. Till the time I was scared and careful and all those things that we are told to be because we may otherwise end up getting hurt, you know what? I always met people who ended up hurting me. But now, when I move around telling myself, reminding myself that the universe won't let me get hurt, that I am loved and taken care of, well, I have met some of the most amazing loving people who simply show me every day that even in my worst, they still think of me as someone lovable. And it is not always about ourselves. It isn't only about how things become better for us, but we also need to do this for the people who truly care for us, especially the little ones in our lives. Most of us have kids, and if we don't yet, we will eventually. And as parents, it is easy to project our own unhealed wounds onto our children. Maybe we unconsciously expect them to fulfill needs we didn't have growing up. Or maybe we respond to their behavior in ways that are more about our own emotional triggers than their actions. Kids, in particular, are like emotional sponges. They pick up on our energy, our moods, and our projections. The first step in protecting your children from emotional projections is again self awareness. Are you projecting past wounds, fears, or unhealed emotions onto them? If so, it's time to heal those wounds. One of the best ways to break this cycle is by practicing mindfulness and emotional regulation. The more emotionally stable and aware you are, the more you model healthy emotional behavior for your children. There's a very relatable quote by Richard L. Evans. Children will not remember you for the material things you provided, but for the feeling that you cherished them. So, how does one heal from such wounds and events that more often than not we tend to suppress and carry them with us? First one is energy healing practices like Reiki, pranic healing, and healing touch can help release emotional projections and restore balance to our energy field. These modalities work by clearing energetic blockages that have been created by unhealed emotions. One simple energy healing technique you can try is grounding. Grounding helps you connect with the earth's energy, which can stabilize your emotional field and prevent you from projecting emotions onto others. To ground yourself, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and visualize roots extending from your body into the center of Mother Earth. Imagine drawing up energy from the earth, filling your body with calm and balance. And believe me, this is a very powerful yet simple technique to stabilize yourself. Another technique is to use the power of intention to release unhealed emotions. Take a moment each day to sit quietly, focus on a specific emotion or wound, and imagine it leaving your body as you exhale. Visualize the energy of an emotion dissolving and being replaced by healing light energy. In fact, if you can take out 10 minutes from your routine, you can practice both these techniques together by first grounding yourself and then visualizing the trauma and unhealed emotions leaving your body. Another practice is mindfulness. Mindfulness is one of the most powerful tools for healing emotional projections. By being present in the moment, we can start to notice when we are reacting from past wounds. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts, feelings, and emotions without judgment. It helps us release when we are projecting and gives us the power to stop the cycle. I think I've already covered this in the previous episode, but I will still repeat the steps that can be taken to start practicing mindfulness. Start small. Before reacting to a situation, pause and observe how you feel. Are you feeling defensive, angry, sad? Once you identify the emotion, ask yourself where is it coming from? Is it the present situation or are you reacting to something from your past? When you catch yourself in the act of projecting, simply acknowledge it. You don't have to beat yourself up for it. Instead, use it as an opportunity to heal. With regular mindfulness practice, you'll become more aware of when emotional projections are happening and learn to heal them on the spot. And as I end this episode, I want to re emphasize that emotional projections are a normal part of the human experience, but they don't have to define us. By recognizing when we are projecting, taking responsibility for our emotions, and using healing tools like mindfulness, vulnerability, and energy healing, we can break the cycle of projection and create healthier, more authentic relationships. Remember, healing is a journey. It takes time and self compassion, but every step you take, towards healing brings you closer to a life free from emotional baggage. So, the next time you find yourself reacting to someone else, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this really about them, or is this something I need to heal within myself? Thank you for joining me today, and I hope this episode has inspired you to begin healing your emotional projections and reclaim your energy. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with others who may benefit from this journey of emotional growth. Until next time, stay mindful, stay grounded, and remember your healing starts from within.